Welcome back. This is Violence Free World, and we're still here with Hajiya Najaatu Muhammad.
Okay, Hajiya, let's go to the meat of the matter now. We are bugged today, most especially or most severely by Boko Haram insurgency. We know we also have banditry, we have kidnapping and all that kind of stuff that have always been here with us. But right now, we are talked about everywhere now because of Boko Haram insurgency. It ran quite loud in the regime of President Goodluck Jonathan. Then we saw Muhammad Buhari was going to come, and almost everyone, including even they themselves, believed that this was going to be a thing of the past. Today, we wake up every day, there's a reason to cry. Is that something that some of us may never understand?
Yeah,
that's going on?
A lot of us might not understand because we don't go into the depth and the multifaceted nature of the insurgency. You see, like I have always said, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. If you want to sell arms, you have to create war. If you want to indulge in senseless defense budgets, you have to continue to create war. People benefit from it. The security apparatus in the north, where I know, they themselves create the anger in people. Generally, northerners, the northern elites are generally hypocrites. They are parasitic, jobless. Our clerics are just, most of them, I can't say all, there are quite a few that are quite strong and quite honest and forthright. There are quite a few, I respect them. May Allah continue to protect us all. But most of them are so parasitic. They eat from the crumbs of the people in government.
Hajiya, let me acknowledge something here. You touched on our response, our sensitivity as a people, and NSAS came around like early in October to at least make a point here. Even though I know you have dwelt on NSAS, but I was going to say, what lessons can we get from NSAS that came?
First and foremost, I want to tell you that I'm one of those that demonstrated along with Buhari in this Abuja against the government of Obasanjo in 2003. And then there was also another demonstration along with General Muhammad Buhari during the time of Jonathan. Demonstration is enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's not a crime to demonstrate. And when we demonstrated in 2003, nobody sent the police or hooligans to deal with us. We were not even tear-gassed. When we marched to Save Nigeria, I'm one of the forerunners of Save Nigeria, along with Pastor Tinubu Bakari, who I greatly respect. We didn't do it because we did it for the country, for God and for the country. So it's okay to demonstrate. That is the first point. But NSAS has a peculiarity. NSAS had a missing link. NSAS was just for a particular section of the country. It did not take cognizance of the sufferance or the killings, the extrajudicial killings of hundreds or maybe thousands of northerners by the military and the police. It did not take that into consideration. Nothing can succeed without the North. We were in pain, we were on fire, but the South never blinked an eye. They never even sent emissaries. They didn't even discuss it. The failure or the lack of, or the nonchalant attitude of the North towards NSAS is justifiable. Why was nobody ever, even the media does not say anything about the sufferings of Northerners? Instead, it's intimidation, insults. I'm twisting. No one can untwist us in this jet age. No way. This is not the time of Babangida that you begin to Nadeko this, Nadeko that, power shift. No way. If you want our votes, you have to make bridges, like Abiola did of blessed memory. A great man indeed. We voted Abiola in Kano against our own son, Bashir Tofa. We are focused politically. Nobody will give us any rubbish about tribe. If you want our votes, if you want our support, you have to make bridges. And you have to tell us why. If you can empower your Yoruba kingsmen or your Igbo or whatever, and you do not empower us, and you do not even sympathize with us, we have no business with you. No one can twist anybody this time. Somebody, and one very popular newspaper outfit said, Naja, please say something about NSAS. I said, why? Tell me, what is it you want? He said, about the police brutality. I said, no. You were chosen. I gave you facts on what is happening in places like Nisa, on Anko Boas. I gave you facts about the corruption there. Billions, over 100 billion. I gave you facts and figures, but you went round and you collected money and you kept everything in the cooler. So the mainstream media, which actually blew and helped to make the NSAS its success, chooses which victim to victimize and which victim to support. That is why most of us, even as activists, did not say anything about the NSAS. What it has taught us is this, that if the common man decides, if those people, these kids, this energy, if this energy is used negatively, as it will continue to be used negatively, because they turn them into political thugs, they have used them as political thugs. They are cannon fodder for insurgents, for clerics, and whatever. So if now that they have seen that, oh, there's palliative here, oh, this man is rich, oh, he has so and so jeeps. This is a lesson. So this government, if it's serious, must begin to look at the root cause and to begin to look at the lessons instead of going around, locking people up, the main people.
Protesters, yes.
You don't do that. Why are you? Because the hooligans, the vagabonds that really did the killings and the burnings and the looting, none of them has been brought to book.
Well, Haji, I think we're going to take a break here. And when we come back, we've got much more on the conversation. Be here. Welcome back. This is Violence Free World, and we're still here with Hajiya Najaatu Muhammad. Well,
Hajiya Najatu, before we round off, I wouldn't let you go without making you touch on the issue of the question of state police, community policing, or whatever names for it is called. I can see it is beginning to happen already as part of the solution to the challenge of insecurity in Nigeria. The Southwest is having their own, Amotekun. Up north there's Hizbah, but I don't know how these things are. But vigilantes.
The Hizbah,
yes.
No. The Hizbah is not a police. It's not even a policing outfit.
But is he happy to check crime in any way at all?
They don't check crimes. Usually, they are created, you know, like in mosques, and to organize people to traffic.
Like ushers.
Yes, something like
protocol
that.
people.
Something like that. You know, but
Are
really,
they not gravitating towards some of this
no.
presently?
I personally do not believe in state policing, for the simple reason that I don't believe in state electoral outfits. When you say to a governor that is in government, that is in power because he has used thugs to force himself, thugs and the police, to force himself in office, you give him police, I think that is very dangerous for the people of that state. For now, I am not a believer in it, because if, for instance, you have governors, most governors, I'm from the Police Service Commission, and I can tell you this, I know that governors pay to get certain kind of policemen to be a CP in their states, because they will only be doing their bidding, suppressing any kind of criticism against the government. So all you need to do, if you are a governor, is that you get a CP that will do your bidding. So if the governor is the one to employ and control, total control of the instruments of coercion in his state, the legal instruments of coercion in his state, God save our country. I wouldn't want that to happen in Kano.
You're not for state police?
No, I'm not.
You prefer the structure as it is?
Yes, because it can be overhauled. Just make it work. If you can't make it work at the federal level, it definitely will not work at the state level. More so, you'll be balkanizing the country. This is a country that is so fragile when it comes to the concept of religion or tribe. So all you need to do is pick policemen to live in their states, in their local governments. That's all you need to do. Educate them, empower them, train them. That's all you need to do. But a state police does not solve the problem. Definitely it doesn't.
Okay, finally, Hajiya, this is about young people, the youth. That's this program. I'd like you to give them a word or two as to violence not being an alternative to the good life. Because they see, unfortunately, regrettably, some of them see people who are supposedly violent being celebrated, living all of the good life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, regrettably so.
Yeah.
Can you talk to these people, these young people?
Yeah, definitely so. But let me give you a quote from a paper that I presented in Harvard University about 2 years ago, in which I said, the youth of any nation and society are its energy resource. They are the powerhouse, the storehouse, and an infinite source of energy. They are like nuclear reactors with the potential to give light, energy, life, and progress. It is in its various forms. So any nation that allows this energy to be used negatively, that it is calling for its own destruction. It's an energy that can be harnessed for progress. The youth, when you give birth to a child, that child is helpless. When you nurture, you have to nurture. The government must take its responsibility of nurturing this energy, this boundless energy, by giving them first and foremost the most basic of education. Over 80% of our youth are ignorant. The educational system has completely broken down. And if only the media is the most powerful source of indoctrination. If only the media can live up to its responsibility to gear and channel this energy and to be on the toes of the people in governance, to do their most basic, That is, give education to the youth, employment to the youth. Then the youth will have no reason being violent. And let me tell you something. In Hausa we say, only the rich and the comfortable are in search of peace. The hungry man is not in search of peace. He's in search of what to eat, no matter what, no matter where, no matter how. So the issue is going back to the basics. The issue is the few of us that are privileged to be educated in this country take up the responsibility. Even if they don't do it for God, let them do it for their own personal survival and the survival of their kids. Otherwise, they will not have a country.
Hajiya Najaatu Muhammad, I think it's always been a pleasure. Each time you're on the podium anywhere. It's a very, very big pleasure. I've learned a lot. At this point, I'd like to say thank you very much for finding time to oblige us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, this is it for our edition of Violence-Free World. Same time next week, promises even more if you endeavor to be here. Until then, remain on the road to a violence-free Nigeria. Thank you.
Make you no delay for that, cause the way the thing they go. Peace is all we need to make the water settle. So basically, we the struggle inside ghetto. What is supposed to bring